I'd been chasing ghosts for 10 years, but nothing ever prepared me for Hollow Pines Cemetery. It started with an email from an anonymous sender. You seek the dead. The dead here seek you. Come alone. Attached was a grainy photograph of a cemetery gate, wrought iron twisted into the shape of skeletal hands. I recognized it instantly from an old folklore blog. Hollow Pines, a burial ground abandoned since the 1880s, somewhere deep in the backroads of rural Virginia. Local legend said it was where the midnight congregation gathered. Spirits of the exhumed, still wearing the tattered clothes they were buried in, whispering to one another about the living who trespassed. I told myself I didn't believe it, but I still packed my EMF reader, digital recorder, thermal camera, and a flashlight with fresh batteries. The drive there was all winding dirt roads and leafless trees scratching at my headlights. When I finally reached the gate, the iron skeletal hands seemed to clutch the moonlight. The air was dead still. Even the crickets weren't singing. I stepped inside. Gravel crunched under my boots. The ground was uneven, soft in strange places, like it had been dug and refilled too many times. Every gravestone leaned at odd angles, their inscriptions faded to illegible scratches. Some were so old they had collapsed entirely, their fragments jutting from the soil like jagged teeth. I started the EVP recorder. If anyone's here, I said, my breath visible in the cold air, let me know you're listening. Only silence. I wandered deeper. The beam of my flashlight passed over an angel statue, its face smashed away, leaving only a hollow cavity where its eyes should have been. That's when I heard the first whisper. Not wind, not insects. A voice, behind me. You came. I spun around, flashlight shaking. Nothing. The EMF reader beeped, a sharp spike in energy. Then another whisper. Louder. This time from my left. Not supposed to. My recorder crackled with static. Then I heard something that made my skin crawl, the sound of soil shifting, as though something was pushing its way up from beneath. I turned the light downward and froze. A grave, the soil trembling in shallow waves. Then a pale hand broke through the dirt. I stumbled back, heart hammering. The fingers clawed upward until an arm followed, clothed in rotting black fabric. The ground around me seemed to pulse, graves shifting and swelling. Shapes began to rise from the earth, silhouettes that shuddered unnaturally, heads tilted at impossible angles. And all of them were whispering. The fog rolled in so thick I could barely see 10 feet ahead. My flashlight beam sliced through it like water, useless. Somewhere in the haze, a warm orange light appeared, a lantern swaying side to side. Relieved, I moved toward it. Hey, over here! The light stopped. Then it began moving again, slowly, drawing me deeper into the graveyard. As I approached, I saw the figure holding it. Tall, thin, wearing a wide-brimmed hat and a coat so old it seemed stitched from funeral shrouds. His face was shadowed beneath the brim. Who are you? I asked. He didn't answer, just turned and kept walking. Against my better judgment, I followed. My boots sank into softer and softer ground, until I realized we were no longer on a path. We were among the oldest graves, the ones with no names left at all. The lantern light suddenly extinguished, and in the darkness, he spoke for the first time. You came for them. Now they'll come for you. All around me, the whispers grew into murmurs, then chants. Figures emerged from the fog, dozens of them, dressed in burial clothes eaten by decades underground, eye sockets black and hollow, mouths moving in unison. I stumbled back, tripping over a headstone, and fell. Cold, skeletal fingers gripped my ankles. The chanting stopped. One figure stepped forward, a woman in a shredded wedding gown, veil hanging in tatters. She leaned down until her face was inches from mine. Her voice was like dry leaves. We remember your name now. And then impossibly, all of them whispered it at once, my name, over and over, until it was deafening. I tore free, sprinting through the fog. I didn't care which direction, just away. My flashlight flickered wildly, casting jagged shadows across the stones. When I burst through the cemetery gates, the air shifted, warmer, alive again. The whispers stopped. I didn't look back. I drove until the sun came up. When I finally checked my recorder, I expected static. Instead, I heard my own voice. From inside the graveyard. But I hadn't said the words. I'll be back tomorrow night.
Thank you for watching C&T Horror Stories. Please like and subscribe for more stories.